Hello everyone, welcome to this video where we are going to dive into the first problem of August on LeetCode. So the problem is 2022. Convert 1D array into 2D array. So what is happening is that you receive a one-dimension array and two integer m and n. You are tasked with creating a two-dimension 2D array with m row and n column using all the elements from the original array. So this is important, using all the elements from the original array. Now the element from indices 0 to n minus 1 inclusive of original should form the first row of the constructed to the array, and so on. Return an m times n to the array constructed according to the above procedure, or an empty to the array if it's not possible. So the first thing I want you to pay attention is how to construct the array. Let's say I'm receiving this array. What really matters is actually n, because you want the first n element to be at the first row, you want the second n element to be at the second row, and so on. You don't really use m to construct the array, but at the end of the day, it is possible to construct the array using all of the elements of the array only if all of the element of the array is equal to m times n. Let us have a look. Let's say I have an array here with 4 elements, right? I know if I want a 2D array or 2 times 2, the number of elements in my matrix will be 2 times 2, which is 4. So if the total of elements here is equal to the sum of n minus, this is equal to the product of n times m, then it is possible to construct the 2D array, otherwise it's not possible. Now, talking of constructing the 2D array, I'm focusing on the n because I'm going to take the first n element and put at the first row, the second n element and put at the second row, and so on. And to do so, how can I address it properly? Okay, one observation I want you to pay attention is how you are going to build the row. Element 0, those elements, if I want an element like an operation, that element 0 is going to return me 0, element 1 is going to return me 0. What can be the operation? The operation will be the division, because if you say this is a position, this is position 0, position 1, position 2, position 3, if you say 0 divided by 2, it will give you 0. 1 divided by 2, it will give you 0. 2 divided by 2, it will give you 1. You see that if you take the position and you divide by n, it will give you the row where the element will appear. So for us to have the row, we are just going to take the index, right, divided by n. And then now what are we going to do to have the column? For us to have the column, so we want the element at position 0 to be at column 0, at position 1 to be at column 1. But we also want the element at position 2 to be at column 1. So basically, what is the element we are going to use? Here is the modulo operator. So column is going to be I modulo n. So when you have this, then this is all. So first thing you check if the size of the array is equal to n times m. So if it's not the case, you just return an empty array because there's nothing we can do. Otherwise, you just look through the element and you construct it this way. So let's fall now into the coding part of it. So this is how the coding part will look like. So we first check like if m times n is actually equal to original dot size. If it's the case, if I will just return this, I will check. Otherwise, I'll just check if it's not the case rather than checking if it's the case. So after this, I will create my result, my vector of vector, that's the 2-dimensional array of int, which is the result. And I want it to have like the proper dimension that has been stated here. So I'll just say is result is taken a vector of int of so it's a, we have m row, and each of the elements is a vector of int of n element. So this is my two-dimensional array that has been created. Now after this, I just need to look through all the elements. And for each of the elements, what I need to do is just say result of, we said here to have the row is I divided by n. So I'll say I divided by n of I modulo n will actually be equal to original of I. And then here what I need to do is to return my result. Okay, so let us run this and see what it gives. It's working. Let us submit. Nice, everything is green, so, and it's performing pretty well. So this was my straightforward approach of solving this. I hope you do enjoy it. Feel free to give me any input. I'll be really happy to interact with you regarding this. See you tomorrow for a new challenge. Take care. Ciao.